This segment of Hak5 is brought to you by Ting.
Hello and welcome to Hak5. My name is Darren Kitchen.
I'm Shannon Morse.
This is your weekly dose of Technolust.
And you know what? We saw a couple of cool things here at the RSA Conference in San Francisco, California.
That's right, we crossed the bay. We went over the Bay Bridge all the way here, and in about 2 hours saw the entire conference.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, I have to say there's a lot of like cloud computing, software, antivirus type stuff.
Trust management, risk assurance, compliance.
They're basically using all those big words that make them sound really, really cool. In reality, it's the same thing you saw next door.
I saw a 2U box that cost $1 million.
A what?
It's a computer that's expensive.
I don't want that. No, no.
Well, anyway, we just figured we might come down here and see if there was any fun hacker stuff, and I think we did. So let's check it out.
I like turtles.
For Hak5, I'm Darren Kitchen here at RSA 2012, and I found an awesome box that has the internet simulated at breaking point. What's up, Kyle?
Very much. How you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. How did you fit the internet in this box?
Well, from, you know, unbelievable engineers back in Austin, Texas, where we're based, who created a product that actually can simulate the internet.
Okay, so break it down for me. Why would I want to simulate the internet?
Well, you do it for a variety of reasons. One is testing gear, right? Before you buy that firewall, before all the other folks you're going to talk to on the show floor, before you actually deploy that thing, you can't trust data sheets.
Well, you could take it for a test drive on your live network and cross your fingers and, oh, the VPN server. And
Exactly, right? And that's what people do. And then it shuts it down, and no, I get fired. And that really, that's
getting fired blows.
Right, exactly. So we actually allow you to make sure it works with your actual traffic before you deploy it. As well as government uses us for cyber warrior training, all that kind of like the cyber range stuff and LTE, 4G, that kind of.
So I don't plug this into my live network because it's generating its own simulated network. How does it work? What's inside of it, and how does it generate that?
Yeah, so actually on that, it's when we actually deployed around 27,000 pieces of live malware in this box, we made sure everyone got a USB that said, you know, this is live malware. You know.
Don't.
Right, yeah, don't point this even at your laptop. Like, this will do some
digital anthrax. And so where do you get the 27,000 pieces of malware? Are you just trolling the internet?
Not a variety of places, right? We got guys back in Austin, Texas who are doing this stuff, security researchers, application researchers, putting all of that stuff in, but also global feeds, right? All of our customers are telco providers, things like that, what they're seeing out there, and all of our partners. You know,
well, this is similar to what your intrusion detection system already has in it as signatures, except the difference here is that yours are alive.
Yeah, they're alive, right. And so you can actually work with these and make sure that the boxes that you have are actually going to stop that stuff, as well as under load, wrapped in an application, whatever it is.
Okay, so what kind of applications are we talking about that are running on here?
So there's 150 on here, but it ranges from your traditional like SAP DB2 stuff to Facebook. And not just Facebook, it's Farmville in Facebook. It's World of Warcraft.
And it can do with 30,000 instances of World of Warcraft and Farmville at the same time?
Yeah, even more than that if you wanted to, right. And you point it at a live server, it's actually going to see that.
And how did you fit the World of Warcraft players in the 1U boxes?
We actually, Mr. T came and actually helped us with that. So that was pretty cool for him to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Is he a night elf priest or something? Yeah. Awesome. Well, is it just like replaying PCAPs from previous sessions, or how is that actually creating that data?
We're giving away T-shirts here that say PCAP is to realism as McRibs are to barbecue. So PCAPs aren't real, right? They're only a small kind of segment of that information. So you got to have the actual behavior of the protocol itself. How does it actually do things? How does it call? How does it acknowledge all of those different types of elements?
So you're saying that if I actually pointed the World of Warcraft instance in this box at a Blizzard server, it might connect and start slaughtering noobs?
We've never done that before, but you know, we're willing to try anything for the first time.
That's awesome. So where does this start? How do I get one of these, and what price point am I talking?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for, obviously, right? But we kind of start in the 100 grand type of range, and it goes all the way up depending on what you need. So we sell to very large organizations who have, you know, hundreds of gigabit per second application needs, and they got to make sure they're testing that way.
If I don't have $1 bajillion, can I have a man come out and roll a cart and plug it in and do the thing?
I'll do anything for you, definitely.
All right, woohoo! Well, on that note, I think we're gonna plug it in and see if it'll connect to my Unreal Tournament server that I always keep on my laptop. And we'll catch you guys later for more continued coverage of all things RSA 2012. Head over to hak5.org. All right, guys, I wanted to take a moment to thank our awesome new sponsor, Ting, and tell you about the easiest hack you're ever gonna pull. You see, this is my favorite distro of Linux, and this is Ting's mobile broadband modem, and when you put them together, it just works. No command line foo, same thing with the pineapple. That's the whole philosophy behind Ting. You see, why deal with confusing phone service when you don't have to? Other carriers' phone plans are riddled with hidden fees and steep penalties and lame rules and premiums, but not Ting, because finally there's a phone company for us who get it. You buy the device, you own it. You pay for what you use, and that's it. You know, no overages, no wasted money on plans bigger than they need to be. Just simple, straightforward pricing individually for minutes, text, and data. We're talking pennies each here. Ting is run by a bunch of cool geeks up in Canada like us who got tired of the status quo and put together a phone company that doesn't suck. They're running it on the Sprint network, so they got 4G Android phones and data devices. And get this, when you call support, you get a human being, not a phone tree. I can't tell you how much I love that. Anyway, the best part is, just for Hak5 viewers, Ting is hooking you up with $50 off a device when you visit ting.com/Hak5. Again, that's ting.com/HAK5 for $50 off the hardware. So head on over, check out the plans, and I think you'll agree that this is the way phone service should be.
Hey guys, Shannon Morse here, still over here at the RSA Conference, and I found 3M. Greg Schultz, what's up, man? How's it going?
Very good. Thank you for coming by our booth today.
Yeah, of course. So I see some screen protectors here. What's so cool about these?
Right. Well, basically what 3M has is a line of privacy filters that are great for any kind of display that you have. So they could work on anything from iPads to MacBook Pros, Mac Airs, monitors, iPhone, Blackberries, the whole types of devices. So really what they do is they allow the user who is using the device to see the image. So if you stand right in front of it, you can see the image. But if you stand off on access, so if I turn the iPad slightly, you'll see that it goes dark. So what it does is it keeps the information confidential for the person who's using the device and private to other people around him.
Okay, so I can see how this would be very handy for the IT and forensics department at local companies, but this would also be excellent for porn, for example.
Possibly.
Now, I have a really weird laptop size. It's like 11.6 or something like that. Could I buy one and cut it, or do you have my size?
We actually carry about over 100 different SKUs. So the easiest way to go, if you go to our website and you just type in the device, so if you type in the model and the manufacturer of it, it basically will come back and give you the specific item. So they're really made specifically for each device that we have. So we carry over 100 different types, and the list changes continually because as new people come up with new monitors, new devices, then we have a screen for that.
Now, do you have ones for cell phones, or is this just for tablets?
We have for cell phones, we have for Blackberries, we have for iPhones, we've got them for tablets, iPads, so we carry a wide variety of them.
Nice. Now, I noticed some back here have this gold tint to them, and these are like a grayish tint. What's the difference?
There's two different finishes to it. So there's the black finish, which is on the iPad that I'm showing. And then we also have, on the MacBook Pro here, we have a gold finish. So I'm going to turn it to the side here so you can see the gold on the camera. And they basically do both the same thing as far as privacy. The gold is going to give you a little bit more private viewing of it, so it's going to shield other people from the side from seeing it. And some people just basically prefer the shiny kind of gold metallic look to it as well.
Is the tablet one cat friendly? Because my cat destroyed my last screen protector.
Very, very pet friendly. Very, very pet friendly. And they're really great for iPads specifically, because really how you use an iPad, obviously, it has to be more durable because you have to touch it. And it's banged around a lot more than maybe a laptop that has a closed lid. So you always want some kind of protector over this, and this gives you protection as well as privacy on it.
Well, that's perfect. Now, how much do these cost, and where can people find more information?
An example, like the iPad, you're probably going to pay in the $25 to $35 range, and you can get them at places like CDW, Amazon, Insight. They're going into Target stores, some of the Walmart stores. So in most cases, wherever you buy the hardware from, chances are they sell the filter that goes with it. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Greg. I'm definitely going to have to pick one of these guys up. For more information from RSA, you can go over to hak5.org.